Hi everyone! Happy Wednesday and welcome to Healthy Hands. For today's class, you will need a couple of different things. First of all, a pair of squeeze balls. In the last class, I also recommended a pair of rolled up socks in case you don't have a pair of squeeze balls in your apartment. What you'll also need is a towel. Whether it be a face towel, a hand towel, or a regular towel. The little larger, the better for this one because we will be rolling up the towel and doing different things. So you will need a towel of some sort. In addition, today's class we will be using coins. So regular coins that you would have, a total of 10 coins. If you have pennies, dimes, and nickels, those would be best. And so you'll need 10 of them for what we're going to do later on. And then one other thing is just the lotion, optional lotion. We will be doing the hand massage at the end of class. So if you'd like to use a lotion, then feel free to get the lotion as well. All right, so again, we need a pair of squeeze balls or a pair of socks, a towel, 10 coins, pennies, nickels, or dimes, whatever you have, maybe quarters as well, 10 of those, and then lotion. All right, so once we have all of that started, we'll just need a chair, of course, for you to sit on. With or without arms for this class will be okay. And we're going to start with our warm-up on the wrist today. So we're going to take the wrist out, and we're just going to start by bending the wrists up and down. So pointing the fingers down and pointing the fingers up. So we're going to start to loosen up the wrist and the hands. And we're going to do this just for a few times at your own pace. And just getting a nice little stretch to start the class. Perfect. All right. Now instead of up and down, we're going to almost wave your hand side to side. Okay. So out and in. And trying to focus not using your arms so much and just from the wrist. So it does limit how far your hand will go in each direction. Almost like you're waving goodbye or hello. Very nice. So again, go at a comfortable pace for you. Stretching out the wrist. And then let's take this into wrist circles in one direction. And really, again, taking your time. You can go faster or slower than me. And let's go in the opposite direction a couple of times. Again, focusing the movement just from the wrist. Very nice. Just a couple of more. All right. Now let's just start to do our piano playing fingers. So moving the fingers as quickly as you can. You can start to open up the arms, out and in. Okay, sometimes you get really fancy, crossing them over if you'd like. Just make sure you're moving all of those fingers as quickly as possible. All right, now let's bring them up. A little bit of a shoulder stretch, so reaching those fingers up high. And then bringing those fingers down. Making sure all 10 fingers are moving, reaching up and reaching down. Good. Just getting the blood flowing through the fingertips. Let's try that one more time. Up and down. All right, shake that out a little bit. Now moving just to our hands. Okay, just squeezing and opening. So we're flexing and extending. Almost like you're squeezing a ball. We're going to be adding the ball a little bit later. And again, still just part of our warm up here. Squeezing and opening. Good. A couple more on your own. All right. Now let's start with the fingers spread out wide apart. And from here, we're going to close the fingers in and then open them wide. So closing the fingers and opening wide. Close and open. Good. And as you open, really trying to stretch the fingers apart from each other. That's it. Very nice. Double check with the shoulders that we don't have any added tension in the shoulders. So try to relax the shoulders, relax the neck muscles, and just focus on the hands doing the movements. A couple more. Good, and relax. Shake that out for a little bit. All right, next one we're going to do are our twiddles. I know how much you enjoy the twiddles. We're only doing single twiddles today, so that's a good thing. So for our twiddle exercise, we take the hands together, palms together, fingers together. Now keep your fingertips together, and we're going to lift open the palms. Okay, so the palms are away, but all 10 fingers are touching. Now from here, we're going to open up your thumbs, and then we're going to twiddle. So circling one thumb around the other thumb. All of the other fingers should still be touching each other, and only the thumbs should be moving. So we're circling the thumbs around each other. Now reverse the circle, go the other way, still with the thumbs. Good. And let's bring the thumbs back together. Now we're going to open up the pointer finger. Okay, so next finger, all the other fingers are still together, just the pointer fingers are apart. And now let's try to circle the pointer fingers around each other. And let's reverse it the other way. Good. And we'll put those fingers back together. Moving on to the middle fingers. So separate the middle fingers. All the other fingers are still together, just the middle fingers apart. And now let's see if you can circle the middle fingers around each other. Good, and let's reverse other way. So again, only the middle fingers should be moving, circling around each other. And let's bring the middle fingers back together. All right, we're moving on to our ring finger next. So separate the ring finger, make sure all the other fingers are still touching each other. This one seems to be the hardest one. So let's try to circle your ring finger around each other. Okay, make sure those other fingers are still touching. And let's reverse it the other way. You might find that one finger was harder than the other finger, and that's okay. Just try the best that you can. All right. And then let's finish with the pinkies. So separate the pinkies from each other, and then let's just circle the pinkies around one another. And let's circle the other way. And relax. All right, shake out your fingers a little bit. Okay, we're going to use the towel next. So if you can grab the towel, we're going to start with our rolling up exercise. Okay, so depending on the size of your towel, you might want to fold it. I'm going to keep mine open just based on the size of my towel. So you can make that decision for yourself. And then once you're here, you're going to start to roll the towel up using both hands. Rolling the towel up. And notice if your hands are rolling away or towards you. So right now, my hands are rolling away from me. That's going to be important because we're going to work both ways. So once you're at the end of the towel, it's all rolled up, hold on to one end, drop the other end, and then we're going to repeat it. So because everyone's might be having different size towels, we're going to time the exercise. Whoops. We're going to time the exercise. So I'm going to give you about a minute to see how many you can do to roll up the towel with your wrists and your hands. And again, when you get to the end of your towel, hold on to one end, drop the other end, and then start again. So we have about 20 seconds left. And keep rolling up the towel. See if we can get one more in. I think I can get one more in. Maybe. All right, and relax from there. Hold on to one end of the towel. Now again, hopefully you remember which way you were rolling. I was rolling out, so this time I'm going to be rolling it inward. So it should be the opposite way. So start with one end of the towel and then start to roll the towel up in the opposite direction. It may not feel as natural the second time around. And again, do the best you can to roll up the towel. When you get to the end, hold on to one side and then drop the other side and then begin to roll again. So you should feel this in the fingers, in the wrist, also in the forearms. And you have a minute, so take your time and see how many you can do in a minute. About 20 seconds left. We're going to finish up this last one. So all the way up. And when you get to the end, hold it there. Okay. So you should have a towel that's all rolled up. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do with the towel is we're going to wring the towel as if it's soaked with water and we're taking all the water out from the towel. So from here you can start on one end and then you're just going to pretend again that there's water there and you're going to wring it out. You're going to squeeze and hold it and release. And then move your hands down a little bit. And again, taking those hands and then pretend that there's water there and wring it out. Hold it. And release. Good. And again, moving down a little bit, taking a hold of the towel, and then wring the towel out. Hold it. And let's try one more time. Holding on to the towel, and then wring the towel out. Hold it. And relax. All right. Now, if you notice when we wring it out, one hand goes in, one hand goes out. So if you remember which way you were going, one hand out, one hand in, we're going to reverse it again. So let's start at one end of the towel. Now I'm going to reverse it the other way. And I'm going to wring the towel out. And then relax. Moving down a little bit. Take hold of the towel, and again, wring the towel out, hold it, and relax. Move down a little bit, and again, wring the towel out. One hand goes one way, one hand goes the other way, and release. And one more time, wring the towel out, hold it, and relax. All right, we'll bring the towel out to the side. Shake out your hands and fingers. You're doing great so far. We're going to continue with our finger dexterity. So from here, we're going to start with your hands together again. Okay. This time we're going to keep the palms together. And we're going to take the fingers away from each other, so apart from each other. So starting with our thumbs, just the thumbs, you're going to open the thumbs out and then back in. So out and in. So the hands stay together the entire time, and all you're doing is separating the thumbs away and then touching the thumbs together. Separate, touch, separate, touch. So this one you can go a little faster if you like, but I really want you to focus on trying to separate them as far apart as you can from each other. Now moving on from the thumbs, let's take the pointer fingers and try to separate the pointer fingers away from each other. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Again, really focusing on pulling those fingers apart. Good. Let's move to the middle fingers. Only the middle fingers. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Good. Moving to the ring finger. Try to separate those ring fingers as far apart as you can from each other. And then finishing with the pinkies, separating the pinkies, out, in, out, in. All right, so those are our singles. We did one finger at a time. Now we're going to try to do doubles. So we're going to separate your thumb and your pointer finger. So there should be 4 fingers apart from each other. So separate the thumbs and the pointer fingers. Make sure the palms are still together and all of the other remaining fingers are together. So we're lifting away the thumbs and the pointer fingers. Good. Now let's go pointer finger and ring finger. So again, 4 fingers should be separating pointer fingers and ring finger. Try to separate them from the middle. Keep the palms together. Now let's change it. Middle finger and ring finger. Okay, palms are still together. Only the ring finger and middle finger separating. And then finally, ring finger and pinkies. Ring finger and pinkies apart. Again, palms are still together. All right, and relax the fingers. Now place your hands on your thighs. And we're going to do kind of like a piano playing exercise again. So even faster now, we're going to take your thumb and your pointer finger. And you're going to alternate thumb and pointer finger, lifting away from the thighs. All of the other fingers stay down on the thigh. So thumb and pointer finger as fast as you can, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Good, now let's change it. Pointer finger and middle finger, you're gonna lift away from the thigh. And then once you get a hold of it, then you're gonna go as fast as you can. Pointer finger, middle finger, lifting away from the thighs. Good, change it to middle finger and ring finger. Middle finger, ring finger, lifting away from the leg. Make sure the thumbs, make sure all the other fingers are on the thigh, and then the palms are down on the thigh too. I'm having trouble with this one today. Maybe you're doing better than me. And now let's finish with the ring finger and the pinky. Ring finger, pinky. A little harder with that ring finger. So as quickly as you can do it. And let's relax from there. All right, shake that out. We are going to need your squeeze balls next, or the pair of socks that you have. So get a hold of those. Moving into a little bit of strength next. All right. So once you have your squeeze balls and your socks, again, just check that posture. Make sure we're sitting up nice and tall still. Both feet are on the floor. And let's take the ball, one in each hand, and we're going to start to just squeeze that ball using all 10 fingers. You're going to squeeze and relax. So we're going to do this for 30 seconds. Squeeze, relax. Go at a pace that's comfortable for you. Just make sure that all 10 fingers are squeezing down into that ball or the sock. Now from here, you're going to squeeze and hold. So let's squeeze it as tight as you can. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. So make sure all 10 fingers are squeezing tight. Remember to breathe. You have about 10 seconds left. And release. All right, wiggle the fingers a little bit. This time we're going to hold the ball or the sock with the fingertips only. So hold on, fingertips only. And similar to the last one, we're going to squeeze and release for 30 seconds. So from here we go. So using just the fingertips, you're going to squeeze it in and release. Squeeze and release. Make sure all 10 fingers are squeezing down. Don't forget the pinky. Sometimes the pinky gets neglected. So make sure that pinky is participating in the exercise. Couple more seconds. All right, now this time we're going to squeeze and hold it for 30 seconds. Ready? And begin. Squeeze and hold it. Okay, keep the pressure on the ball or the sock. Continue to breathe. Halfway there. And relax. Okay, one more to do with the ball or the sock. We're going to do individual push downs. So place the ball or the sock on your thigh. And you're going to hold on to it with just the thumbs. Okay, just on top of it. And we're going to push it down 10 times with just the thumbs. So you're going to push it down into the leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Moving on to the pointer finger, just the pointer finger. And let's push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Moving to the middle finger and pushing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Ring finger and pushing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finishing with the pinky. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So I did forget one more thing I wanted to do with the socks or the ball. So let's finish with that and then we'll move into the coin exercise. So from here, we're going to hold the ball or the sock with 2 fingers, only 2 fingers at a time. So we're going to start with your thumb and your pointer finger. So holding on thumb and pointer finger. And just like the last exercise, we're going to squeeze it in together for 10 times. So again, only 2 fingers should be holding on to the sock or the ball. So let's squeeze this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Keep the thumb on the sock. Move to your middle finger. So only the middle finger and the thumb holding on. And let's push it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, ring finger and thumb. Only the ring finger and the thumb. Here we go. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's finish. Pinky and thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now we're finished with the ball and the socks. Move that out to the side. Shake out your hands a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take that last exercise that we did. We were using 2 fingers, only 2 fingers at a time. And we're going to make this into a more functional exercise with the coins. Some of you have done the coins with me before, so you know what we're about to do. Remember, you had 10 coins that I asked for you to get in the beginning of the class. We're going to need those 10 coins now. And if you have a table or something that you could put the coins on close by, that would be great because we are going to be picking up the coins from the surface and then placing it back onto the surface. So I have my chair here. I'm going to turn my chair a little bit. And I'm going to use this chair. So I have my 10 coins here. It's a mixture of pennies, nickels, and dimes. And I'm going to place the 10 coins on the chair. You want to spread them out so that they're not on top of each other. So for this one, you're going to use 2 fingers at a time. You're always going to be using your thumb. The thumb is always going to be helping. And then you're going to start with, let's say, the pointer finger and your thumb. We're going to be going through each of the fingers. So this exercise is going to be done 8 times, 8 different sets. And for each set, you're going to use the same 2 fingers to pick up all 10 coins. Okay, so for example, I'm going to start with my left hand, and I'm going to use my thumb and my pointer finger. So using those two fingers, I'm going to pick up a coin from the surface, and I'm going to use my opposite hand to hold on to the coin. And again, pointer finger and the thumb, I'm going to pick up the next coin and then place it in my hand. So we're working on that finger dexterity, okay? So again, I'm going to go through each of the coins, pointer finger and thumb only, just two fingers. And I'm going to pick up all 10 coins. Okay. And once I get the 10th coin, I have no more coins to pick up. So then I'm going to place those coins back onto my chair. Okay. So I did the thumb and the pointer finger. So I would move on to my middle finger now. So thumb and middle finger, only those two fingers, thumb and middle finger. So I'm going to pick up the coins again, one at a time, using just two fingers. All right. And then after those 10 coins are done, I put it back on the chair, as you guessed, I'm sure. Once it's on the chair, I did my middle finger, so then I would go through the ring finger, and then after I do the ring finger, then of course, the pinky and the thumb. Okay? So again, the rule is only use two fingers at a time, the thumb and one other finger to pick up the coins. Once you do one hand, then you do the other hand as well. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to continue doing them on your own. I'm going to do my fingers as well. So take your time. Again, just keep track of which finger you're using so that you make sure you're doing all 8 fingers. Okay? So I'm on my ring finger and the thumb. So again, you go at your own pace. I'm going to pick up all 10 coins. Okay. Only 2 fingers at a time. Then when you're done, we'll just put it back on the chair, spread out the coins. And then the fun one is always your pinky and your thumb. Very rarely do we use the pinky to pick up objects. So really just working on that finger dexterity. So once you're done with one hand, again, don't forget the other hand. It might feel funny doing it with your non-dominant hand, but it's really good practice. So again, we should be doing this for a total of 8 times. So this is my last finger to do. Pinky and my thumb. All right. So I have finished my 8 sets. You may or may not be finished with your coins yet. If this is your first time doing it, it takes a little bit of time to get used to the movement. So if you're struggling today, don't worry. It does get easier, I promise. The size of the coin does help as well. So quarters, which are bigger, tend to be easier for this exercise, which is why I try to stay with the nickels and the pennies and the dimes. So if you find that you're struggling, or maybe one finger just isn't working as well as the others, feel free to use different coins if you would like for the next time. So if you are still in the middle of doing the coins, you can continue. We're going to move forward with our stretches. So you can continue if you want to, or you can join us for the stretches, and then you can finish the coins after the class today. So we'll come back. You don't need any equipment for our stretches. We're going to go into the wrist stretches first. So from here, let's take your right hand. There, take it straight out in front of you. Okay. And then let's put the fingers together. Let's start with the full hand stretch. Take your left hand, bring it around the front of your fingers. And then you're going to use that left hand to slightly pull your right fingers back, keeping that right arm as straight as you can. And you should feel a stretch on the underside of the hand, wrist, and into the forearm. So just a slight pull. Check the tension in your shoulders. Try to relax your shoulders. Sometimes we hunch the shoulders up. So just relax the shoulders down and just focus on that slight pull of the fingers back. Good. Now, take your right hand, point the fingers down. Wrap that left hand around again and slightly pull the fingers back towards you. You should feel a stretch now on the upper part of the arm. Good. And relax. Okay, let's take the other hand out in front, left hand out in front of you. Let's wrap that right hand around the fingers, and again, a slight pull back, keeping that left arm straight. And then let's release, point the fingers down, wrap the hand around, and slightly pull the fingers back. Relax the shoulders down. Good. And release. Take your right hand down on your thigh. We're going to do individual fingers next. So starting with your thumb, let's lift the thumb up and away from the leg until you feel a stretch in the underside of the hand. And onto our pointer finger. Lift the pointer finger away from the rest of the hand. And middle finger now, lift. And ring finger. And the pinky. Good. Let's switch hands, left hand down. And let's lift the left thumb up and away from the rest of the hand. And next finger, lift up. And middle finger. And ring finger. And pinky. Alright, so we have made it to the end for our hand massage. Optional to use the lotion, so I'm going to grab a little bit of my lotion here. It just makes it a little easier to do the massage. Alright, so if you do have the lotion, we're going to put the lotion on. throughout the hand, through the fingers as well. And we'll do a quick little self-hand massage. Okay, so we'll start with your left hand massaging your right hand. Left hand massaging the right. Again, starting at that base knuckle. So that's the knuckle that's closest to the palm of the hand. And we're going to start from the base and then work your way up through the finger. You could do long flowing strokes or you could do circular movements, whichever one feels better for you. And then moving on to the next finger. Again, starting at the base knuckle and working your way up through the fingertip. And then middle finger. And ring finger. Again, we're just getting the blood flowing to the top of the finger. And then finishing with the pinky. Okay, shaking that hand out. Right hand doing the left hand now, starting at the base knuckle. Massaging your way up to the fingertip. And to the next finger. And the middle finger. Ring finger. And pinky. All right, shaking that out. Now taking the hands together, interlace the finger. Notice what thumb is on top. That's going to be important. Okay, so remember what thumb is on top. Take the arms straight out in front of you. And then turn the palms away. Open up the hands. Stretching it out in front. And then let the fingers just glide apart from each other. Wiggle the fingers away from each other. Come back together, interlace the fingers, opposite thumb on top. It should feel a little funny. Okay. And then take the arms out in front with the opposite thumb on top. Turn the palms away. One more time, stretch open those hands. And then let those fingers wiggle apart one more time. Shake it all out. And congratulations, you have made it through Healthy Hands today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your hands are feeling healthier than they did when we started the class. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourselves and have a great day.